In this video, we'll cover some of the basic changes that you can make to individual tasks and milestones in your OnePager chart. As always, you can make global changes to your project view as well. For example, setting the default font or milestone shape through the Project View Properties form shown here. This video, on the other hand, will show you how to make changes to individual tasks and milestones. Most of the changes we'll make in this video are accessible by right-clicking on a single task or on a selected group of tasks and milestones and using the context menu as shown here. However, the toolbar at the top of the screen gives you an alternative way to make many of these changes as well. Let's start by customizing the task name of one task. We'll right-click on the task and go to the task name selection on the context menu. If we choose Edit Task Name, we'll have the ability to change the label that appears to the left or right of the task. You can do the same thing by double-clicking on the taskbar or milestone symbol itself. It's important to remember that when you change a task name in OnePager, it does not change the task name in Microsoft Project or Excel. OnePager is a read-only tool, and it will never alter your underlying project data. We can change the position of the label text through the context menu as well. Let's select several tasks and right-click on the group. In this example, we'll position all labels to the left-hand side. These controls are also available on the top toolbar. As we click each of the different buttons, you'll see the task names moving to different positions. You can also hide task names altogether by right-clicking, going to Task Name, and then Hide Task Name. You can also change the font of the label as well. Again, we'll highlight several tasks or milestones, right-click, and choose to change the font. Notice that this group of tasks and milestones is using the default font as defined in the Project View Properties form. However, we can deviate from that default and choose our own font style. You can make the same changes using the font controller on the main toolbar. Just like fonts, you can change the colors of the tasks and milestones as well. By default, colors are defined based on your Microsoft Project or Excel data, but you can override this easily. Right-click on a task to change its color. If you prefer to use the toolbar instead of right-clicking, you can make the same change there as well. If you have multiple tasks in the same row, one may overlap another, and you may want to change the order in which the tasks or milestones appear. Let's drag two tasks into the same row to create that overlap. You can see that one task is obscuring the other. By right-clicking on the obscured task, we can bring it to the front so that it covers the second task instead. Adding comment boxes is one of the most common things people do in OnePager. It's a great way to call out an important task or milestone, or to include additional information. Right-click on the task where you would like the comment box to appear and choose Comments from the context menu. You can then type in the comment that you would like to include. It will appear as a call-out box, which can then be dragged to the appropriate position in your chart. By default, OnePager represents longer duration items in your schedule as Gantt bars and represents shorter term items as milestone symbols. You can configure global rules to decide when a bar should be displayed versus a milestone symbol, but you can also switch from one to another for specific tasks. Let's right-click on a task and go to Task Representation. We'll choose Milestone at Finish to convert it from a bar to a milestone symbol sitting at the finish date. Alternatively, we could switch it to a Start milestone. OnePager has a default milestone symbol, which in this case is a diamond. However, you can pick different symbols for each milestone. We'll right-click on the milestone we just created and choose a milestone symbol of an upward-pointing triangle instead of a diamond. Another common request is to show the start and finish dates for the items in your schedule. Again, this is something you can turn completely on or off using the Project View Properties form, but you can also turn dates on or off one at a time by right-clicking. Let's grab one task and one milestone. We'll do this by holding down the Control key while we select multiple items. Then, right-click on either of the two items in the selection and go to Show Date, Show It. Notice that the start and finish dates appear next to the Gantt bar, while only the finish date appears next to the milestone symbol. If we convert the milestone symbol back to a Gantt bar, you'll see that it now reflects both the start and finish dates. If you want to show a relationship or a dependency between two tasks or milestones, you can do so using an event link. To start, select two tasks, either by dragging a box around them both, or by holding down your Control key and selecting two items one by one. Just like you did with the date labels, right-click on the selection and go to Event Links in the context menu. We can now add an arrow that connects one task to another. Once you add the link, you can double-click it to change its color, thickness, arrow position, and a number of other features. Decorations are the small symbols that sit near your main task or milestone symbol. They include progress bars, which correspond to % complete, baselines, and critical path markers. Just like everything else in OnePager, you can customize the overall look and feel of decorations or turn them off completely through the Project View Properties form. But if you just want to turn a few on or off, you can do it through right-clicking again. Let's grab one task and turn off its % complete. We'll right-click, go to Decorations, then % complete, and indicate that we don't want to see % complete for this particular task. We can do the same thing if we want to remove a baseline marker for that particular task or milestone. Just right-click and turn the baseline marker off. The same holds true for critical path segments, baseline connectors, and baseline dates. Just turn them on or off as needed. Finally, you can always hide a task or milestone. Just right-click on the task or tasks in question and indicate that you want to hide them. They'll disappear from the chart and will remain hidden until you specifically unhide them by going to Edit, Show Hide, Show All. When you hide a task, the row does not automatically disappear, but you can always click the Crop button up on the toolbar to remove the row, or just right-click on the background of the row to hide it that way. After completing this video, you should have a good understanding of how to make global changes to individual task and milestone markers. Of course, you can always change the global task and milestone settings by going into the Project View Properties form, which is covered in more depth in a few of our other videos. For additional support, or for questions on any of the items you saw in this video, please feel free to visit our support forums or contact our technical support team, and we'll be happy to assist.